Hello, beautiful ones. Welcome to Unicorn Light Tarot. If you are returning, welcome. It's such a pleasure to be here for you today. And if you are brand new, welcome also to my channel. Pick a card reading, which is what we will be doing today. I thought we would concentrate on numerology and number sequences. They've certainly been coming up for me in a myriad of different ways recently, and they often do come up in our lifetime. When we start seeing them, we start recognizing a pattern, and they always have a message for us. So like I said, they've been coming up like crazy for me recently, so I thought we would incorporate that into a reading. Now, fear not. If they have not been coming up for you, they still have a message for you. That's totally fine, which is why I've added, so we have 111 and then we have the moonstone. So if 111 has not been coming up for you, then you can choose whichever reading that you want, whichever pile you want, based on the crystals that we have here, the beautiful crystal gems. Now, the other thing is, I wanted to say, if number sequences have not been coming up for you, but you are drawn to a number, that's also the message coming in for you. So there's a myriad of different ways and so many different reasons for you to be attracted to one or more of the piles. So we have 111 here with the moonstone. We have 222 here with the amethyst. We have 333 here. My goodness. Why did turquoise? I don't know. And I live in New Mexico. Why did I not think of that with the turquoise? And then we have 444 here, number sequence 444 with the tiger's eye for grounding, first chakra. And then we have the 555 with the clear quartz here pointing down. So let's just take a breath and ground into our energy. And again, how you and why you choose each pile or whichever pile or message is resonating with you is totally up to you. The timestamps will be down below. We're going to get you some very, very hopefully significant messages that resonate with you at the time. We're always looking for messages of love and light that resonate in the moment, that you can incorporate into your life, become more confident, and just sort of move with a swag in the world. That's what we're looking for. So after you've chosen whichever pile you want, we're going to go ahead and choose which beautiful ascended master has a message for you, and then we will choose what that message is, find out what that message is, and then we will get a resolution or some extra information for you for that message, some practical guiding steps for you to move into and apply to your life and move forward. So as always at Unicorn Light Tarot, we're looking for some practical and relevant ways for you to take these messages, integrate them into your life, and do something precious and beautiful with them. So that's what we will be doing. So yeah, the timestamps will be down below. And as always, we will, so we'll just ground into our energy. We always ask for messages of love and light only, messages that resonate in this time. So it is always my hope that when you click on this particular message, this message right now is exactly what you need to hear. That's always our intention here at Unicorn Light Tarot. So yeah, so we're going to move forward. If any of these messages resonate, do let me know down below. I love hearing from you guys. I seriously do. And do feel free to give me a thumbs up and subscribe later on as the messages come through, if that is something that you feel like you want to do. If you feel like this energy is energy that you want in your life right now to help guide and give you some clarity and at least give you some support. So that would be wonderful. All right, let's get on and do this. So I am going to move these out of the way for now, but we will be coming back momentarily to each one of these. All right, so if you chose number 111 and or the moonstone, which I will put up here, you were attracted to 111. So 111 And also this could be 1111. So if you're attracted to this number and or you've been seeing it around, if you have the 4 ones, 1111, it's usually a sign of, for those of you who have a twin flame or a twin soul in this lifetime, before I met mine, the 4 ones, 1111, kept coming up like all the time, like obviously twice a day, but like every single time I felt like I was looking at my clock or my phone or something like that, it was 1111. So that can be an indicator that if you're seeing them thick and fast, as it were, that could be an indicator that your loved one, your significant other, and this will be a significant relationship, is coming in and literally around the corner. There's also some other signs that come in at that time, usually dreams, a sense of knowing, a sense of peace coming into yourself, a real grounding into your energy that accompanies the 1111 if it is indeed a love message, somebody coming in for you. It is also, the 111 is also an awakening. So be mindful of other signs that are coming in. And again, if you, just to clarify, if you've not been seeing the 111, but you were attracted to this number or the moonstone, the 111 or the 1111 could be coming in for you now. This could be sort of an instigator, you know, sort of an attraction process now that you will see it, an activation as it were. So, it's definitely a sign of awakening, the 111, which is a beautiful sign, definitely on the right track. So whatever it is that whatever energy you have around you or that you're allowing in right now is obviously helping you and propelling you forward. So that's an amazing thing. So what we're going to do now is we are going to find out what specific energy or who and what specific energy is around you right now, and they hold messages for you. So for pile 1, 111 or 1111, 111, yep, okay, just making sure I didn't add on an extra one, not that that would be a big deal, but so we are finding out Ascended Masters for you here. Which one of them has a message for you? Let's see. This one is calling you. You can feel this one. Gaia, Earth connection. Well, you couldn't ask for a better or more encompassing message. Be mindful of the planet. Come back to Earth and stay grounded. So Mother Gaia, the energy of Mother Gaia and indeed Mother Earth and the universe at large is around you right now, asking you to stay grounded and to stay in the moment. It's very important for you, pile 1, those of you who chose 111, to stay in the moment. And also I'm getting the message that when you dream, be specific about the dreams that you want. For those of you who are putting out your energy into the future and are grounding into the present moment, again, these are general messages, so they're, you know, trying to get you all the messages that we can at this point. So for those of you who are grounded and grounding into the energy of the 111 and visualizing a new future, be very focused about what it is that you want, because this is a time for not only awakening but channeling the future that you specifically want. And you're being asked to be very, very clear. For those of you, pile 1, who have not been clear in the past, who have been clear about what it is that they want, and then maybe let the practical mind come in and then not taken the steps exactly to get to where you want, because, you know, maybe it was a lofty dream, or, you know, this is exactly what you want, really, but at the end of the day, it's kind of huge. So this is where we are right now, you know, quote unquote, coming back to reality and then sending mixed messages out to the universe. You're being asked to be very, very clear about what you want. Now, if what you want is a really, really huge dream, right? You don't think you can get it. That's absolutely not what's going to happen. Everybody and everything is shifting. Mother Gaia is here to tell you that this is a time to wipe out old timelines and put you directly on your path to do whatever you want to do. Now, when you are daydreaming or when you're dreaming and you're putting energy behind that dream, make sure that your actions and your belief are standing behind it. So if you want something huge, all you need to do is absolutely believe that you deserve it. So your mantra, pile 1, is I am enough. Absolutely. So let's get you some, give me a second here. Let's get you some more specific messages. So that's the first message that I got for you. That's the first sort of energy that I got for you from Mother Gaia. But let's find out specifically here what they want you to know at this time, Mother Gaia. So what it is that they want you to know. Okay, disruption. So what they want you to know, and this is actually a wonderful card. It may not look like it, but actually it is. So nobody likes disruptions, right? Sometimes we see them as negative, but sometimes it's the best thing for us to happen. And, you know, sometimes we don't allow ourselves the time for disruptions, but now we do have the time, right? Whether we like it or not. But if you look at this, it's seemingly a little out of focus, but it's, I don't know if you can see this here, if it's clear, but it's also absolutely beautiful. It almost looks as though it's been painted on. So this is a time for you to take the time that you wouldn't normally give yourself to really ask what it is that you want. And I want to be specific here. The message that I'm getting is if you're putting out energy and nothing is coming back, or it's not feeling right, you're not thinking big enough. You're not dreaming or being honest about what it is that you really want. You're being really asked to dig deep and to not compromise whatsoever, and to ask the universe for exactly what you want and be clear, clarity about what it is that you want, to see any kind of disruption. If anything in your life, like certain aspects of your life are breaking down, are not working anymore, and some of that is a little uncomfortable, you're being asked to step into that uncomfortability, breathe through it, because that's just a sign that something better is on its way, and to remind yourself of what it is that you truly wanted. You couldn't ask for a more expansive energy with Mother Gaia. So, you know, your energy is about expansion right now. You know, our 3D minds and even our 5D minds, but our minds are limited just by nature. Everybody has a limited mind. You're being asked to ask outside of the limits of the mind. Now let's find out. Give me a second here. So what will be the outcome or the resolution to what it is that's going on if there's disruptions, or if whatever it is, the energy that you're putting out is not coming back the way in which that you want? Again, it's just a reminder that you're being asked to go bigger. Go bigger, expansiveness. And your mantra, remember, is I am enough. So if your energy is holding you back because somehow there's a little bit of a residual energy that believes that you do not deserve it, or you're not enough, or you would not be able to cope with such a huge dream coming through, you might get overwhelmed and get bowled over. That is absolutely not true. And you're being asked to redefine your own terms, on your own terms, not based on the limitations that you believe that you should still keep with you. So the disruption here is a wonderful gift for you, even though it may seem a little overwhelming. And if you are those who chose pile 1, if you are bang in the middle of the disruption, which can be very disheartening and feeling like it's a little overwhelming, if you're in that part of the disruption, this too shall pass. Please remember, sunshine, vitamin D, if you're out wherever you are right now, if you can get out and get some vitamin D and go for a walk, you can still social distance, but go for a walk, and remember that the expansiveness of what you want, go bigger. Go big or go home, right? Well, you have to go home because we're on lockdown, but still, you know what I mean. So let's see, your outcome, the Emperor. Yes, you cannot go wrong with this energy. The Emperor, it's also masculine energy. It's also to-do, kinetic energy, moving forward. You've absolutely got this. If you stay within your heart's desire, there's no way that you can go wrong. If you're in the disruption phase, then that's just where you are. This too shall pass. Take this time to be really honest about what it is that you want. And as you try it on, if there's any compromising energy that comes in, oh yeah, but you know, right now I need to pay the bills, I need to do this. And again, practical mind, it's totally natural for you to do that. But no, stay in that 5D mentality, stay in that expansion. and release it to the universe. This is what I want. I know it's huge. What is my next step to move into this, to make this a reality? This is not a time for compromising. The world is changing. You are changing. The universe doesn't want you to compromise. You don't need to anymore. You can literally go for exactly what it is that you want. Not a degree under, not sidestepping, exactly what you want. All you need to do is be extremely clear about what you want, and all of your energy needs to back up what it is that you want. You can't backtrack or sidetrack for those of you who have done that. Now, for those of you who are choosing and you know that it's huge and there's a lot of emotion and energy that's coming up with it that you're seeing as disruption, that's fine. Remember, when you dream big, the universe will pull up a lot of stuff that could potentially get in your way. All you need to do is breathe through it and release. It's sludge. It's nothing for you to get interested in or put your energy behind. It is literally, the universe is literally preparing you for exactly what it is that you want. And remember, you are enough. There's absolutely nothing that you cannot achieve. Remember, expansiveness. You got Mother Gaia. You can't get any more expansive than that, really. Hang on a second. We're also going to give you one last message here of hope and support in your quest for receiving the life that you have always wanted. If it's not now, then when? There is no time like the present, particularly now. The universe, Mother Gaia, everything that's going on in society will support you. It may feel as though this might not be the right time because everything's going wrong, but in many ways, everything's going right. So bear with it. So your last message of the day is action. Absolutely. And remember, if you do not know the action, you are not supposed to do this on your own. You are supremely supported. Hello, Mother Gaia, you are supremely supported. Ask for baby steps. What is my next step? And also I'm hearing Archangel Gabriel is one that comes in with brand new ideas. If you're thinking about ideas and something comes a little bit outside of the box, comes in, a brilliant new ideas, activate that idea, move forward. He never gives you ideas that cannot be implemented. You always know, I always know when I get, messages and ideas from Archangel Gabriel. They do come from me, but there's something a little bit outside of the box and I'm like, okay, I could totally do that, but I know it's coming from him. So ask for your baby steps. You know, when you ask for something huge, they're expecting you to take action. They're not expecting you to do this on your own. You have ultimate support. There are baby steps, but make sure that your baby steps are moving in the direction that you want. Instead of asking for something huge, putting a certain amount of energy behind it for one day and then backtracking a little bit and saying, oh, maybe I should go for this instead. One tiny baby step toward your huge goal and manifesting your huge goal is so much better than, a huge step, but a sidestep, doing something that you don't really want to do and that's not in line with what you want. Remember, this is about alignment. Once your frequency is aligned with what you want, you will get exactly what you want. And your frequency will be quickly aligned if you work through the disruptions, anything that's coming up for you, anything that's coming up that's uncomfortable, let go, because it's just preparing you for what you want. And remember, expansiveness. I am enough. If you believe and you totally understand at the core of who you are, that you are worthy of everything that you ask for, and you are, you will be able to achieve it. That is absolutely a promise. Not from me, from the universe. Absolutely a promise. So this is a time for great change and moving into the kind of life that you want. This is absolutely incredible. I'm going to leave this here for you. Remember, action. No tiny action will go unnoticed as long as it's in alignment for what it is that you want. So for those of you who chose 111, that's what came up for you. That's absolutely brilliant. I will be doing some love readings in the future. So for those of you who have been seeing 1111, do let me know in the comments. I can definitely do a slightly different reading. If it was going to be love interest, it would have come up. So this is what I got for you. But do let me know in the comments if you want the 1111, which I do associate much more with twin flame readings. All right, my loves, do take care. Sending love and light, and those are your messages. Bye-bye. Okay, pile 2, for those of you who chose 222 and or the amethyst. These are your message. So 222 is significant. Well, all numbers are significant. If you're attracted to the 222, there could be some love questions, some significant other questions that are coming up for you. It is usually a number that comes up when your guides want you to slow down a little bit and sort of cut out the noise in order to hear yourself and your intuition. A sign to come back to yourself. Let's go ahead and get you some. It's also a sign of balance, that you're coming into balance or that you need to balance. So when we have balance, of course, we're usually very much in touch with our intuition. So either way, to slow down, and this is the time to do that because we absolutely have time to slow down, right? But also I'm getting messages of healing the heart. And these are general messages. We try to get you as many messages for all who come. Healing the heart. And again, to come back to the question of love, self-love comes up, but it's also significant other love too. So let's see if that comes up in your reading too. Healing the heart, getting ready for a significant other relationship. And for those of you who are sitting there going, like I'm going to meet somebody right now. Let me tell you, when love comes in, it can come in at different times and in various different ways that you never could have presumed. So never say never. Never, never, never say never. It absolutely could happen for you right now. So let's see which Ascended Master has a specific message for you. These are just messages that I'm getting before we even get into the reading. So this one is speaking to me right now. All right, we have Krishna and devotion. Trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. You are loved unconditionally. So yes, we did talk about love. So I'm going to put the amethyst over here. So it's also a love of spirituality, coming back to a love of the existence of everything that exists and seeing yourself as a connection, as everything exists, a connection to the universe, connection to the world. So for those of you who have been struggling trying to fit into or understand how this new world is sort of applying itself, and for those of you who are going on waves of emotions in and out of feeling connected and feeling disconnected and feeling disheartened about the future, this is a sign for you that connection and balance are on its way. And for those of you who are feeling the balance and then come out of it, there is, again, this too shall pass. There will be a streamlined consciousness that stays and clicks in for those of you who have been activated. And I will be doing a very a special sort of starseeds, not sort of, a special starseeds light workers message specific. So hold on for that in the next couple of days. But for those of you who are coming in and out of consciousness and are wondering if it's going to sit, if it's going to stay, you're feeling overwhelmed with emotion one day, you're feeling a little bit down the next day, you're feeling very much connected. I promise you that this will subside and you will be sort of, I don't really like the word coasting, but it will be streamlined and you will be able to stay in that connective mode. So you're just being asked to slow down, put your energy first. And for those of you who are really interested in connecting and don't know how to connect, I'm feeling all you need to do is put your energy first. Connect with your inner. Remember the insular, the inner connecting first will connect you to the outer. This is a specific message for those of you who picked 222. Or the amethyst. It's about working on yourself first and understanding the elevation and what it is that you want in the world comes from the inside. You can make drastic changes to the world with aligned intention, and you can do that if you work on yourself first. There's this very famous story when I first got into Reiki about a doctor who worked, I believed it was Maui, but I'm not sure, somewhere in Hawaii. And he worked in this mental institution and he walked around there and it was on the verge of collapse. There was no money. He didn't know what he was going to do. And all he did is he went home and he sat in his office and all the nurses were like, "Are you nuts? We need your help. You're supposed to be running this institution." And he said, "I promise you, I am working on this institution." And he sat there and he meditated every day. And what he did is he worked on himself completely. And as he healed, one by one, the patients healed. And within 6 months to a year, I don't remember the time frame, but it was relatively quickly, they shut down the institution because nobody needed to be in that institution and there was no work for the nurses. So very often we feel this overwhelming responsibility that I seem to be feeling for you, that the devotion to the world and the earth and seeing it collapse and crumble, a part of you seems to be going with it too. Now let it, and that's fine. But remembering you can still do so much, even if your day-to-day is different right now. You can do so much by taking everything into yourself and allowing it to crumble and then working on yourself. And then all of that energy shines out. And then you have a very aligned, clear focus about what it is your next move is. So remember, all the power lies within you. That is your mantra, pile 2. The power lies within me, and you can move mountains. And for those of you who are sitting there wondering what your love life is going to be like, again, it's really about what you are preparing yourself inside. There's so much that you can do, so much alignment, so much manifestation and attraction you can do from just working on yourself and attract that love of your life in significantly crazy ways that you never would have thought of. You know, I know we're supposed to be social distancing right now, but I'm telling you, it is still possible. So let's see what we've got next. So what do they specifically want you to know? The devotion, again, is to yourself. So what messages, what do they want you to know? What does Lord Krishna want you to know? This is mystical energy, coming back to your magic, which is, again, coming back to an alignment that is you, coming back to all the glory that is you, owning up to and really pulling in that uniqueness and self-acceptance, shining a light to every aspect of yourself. Huge self-acceptance coming in here. And again, you know, the crown chakra, sending all of that energy out into the world when you are ready. So here we have the owl. We have deception and wisdom. Yes, for those of you who are really, really trying to sort of maybe work as you did before, the world has definitely changed, and you know, and it will never be the same, and that's okay. Take the time to grieve all of that and then move into this expansive new energy of what will be. And if you don't know what that is totally fine. Now, your intuition is telling you that some of your beliefs were deception, but you have this magic, you have this wisdom, you have this innate intuition that's absolutely beautiful. Now, occasionally, pal 2, you've gone against that intuition and things have not worked out. But when you really get down to the core of who you are, all those red flags, all those things that have happened in your life, you knew deep down. You always knew deep down that it wasn't really right. You may have acted and gone ahead with it anyway, but you've never really, if you look back on your life, you never really were surprised if something didn't work out because your intuition is impeccable. Your devotion, your love for life, your love for people is absolutely spectacular. Now, take that love, put it inside, shine a light on all of those little aspects of yourself and accept every aspect of yourself. Ground that energy into not only the ground, but all through your crown chakra, and that energy will align you throughout the world. And this is, you know, what you are supposed to do. So again, give me a second. So your outcome or your resolution here, you're working on yourself. You're allowing everything to crumble and to realign. This is a time for great change and a great reflection of who you are. Your devotion is about to be rewarded. And the way in which it's going to be rewarded is when you devote that time and that energy to yourself. So let's see your resolution here. Your outcome. 9 of Wands, yes, acceptance of self, no longer carrying the burdens of the world, or you take on so many other people's energies. It's really time for you to let go and release all of those energies. And also I'm feeling a lot of you took on, and we all do this, a lot of you took on sort of the energy or other people's opinions of who you were, and it dumbed down your light and your essence a little bit. Now, for those of you who don't really know where that energy lies, it lies in your heart. And I'm not surprised. I just looked down. We've got the heart emblem here. And I'm just guided to do these things. I'm not sitting there for hours going, I wonder, with a heart. It's just, you go in your instinct. So it's just really for those of you who just have this sort of, I keep seeing that this bird, and it wants to fly, and it's this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful bird. And you have such a sensitive, beautiful, emotional soul. Your emotionality will set you free if you accept every single part of yourself and really go in. There's meditations on YouTube. There's lots of things that you can do just with the frequency. I think there's a heart frequency that you can find with meditation, and just really go in there and explore where people have left their mark, and they had no right to do that. You took that on. The other message that I'm getting is that a lot of you are very creative, which means that you, how do I put this? You are really susceptible to other people's energy in ways that I don't think you really realize, or to the degree that you really realize. Now, this is wonderful for creative beings. I mean, this is absolutely incredible, right? Because my goodness, you're going to be a brilliant creative person, but that also means that you're a little bit more susceptible to other people's opinions and other things like that. So boundaries are really important for you, and just realizing that, there could have been an opinion that's just a little bit stuck in there. And, I keep seeing, your voice that wants to come out. And when the voice comes out, it may be not as clear as it could be because it's attaching itself to all these other opinions. So you may have this really clear, yes, I know what I'm doing and it's about to happen. And then these doubts come in. But the doubts aren't you. Those are just opinions that you picked up along the way. So spend some time devoting some time to yourself, understanding how powerful you are, really shining light on self-acceptance in every part of yourself, grounding into your energy, letting that energy go up and transcend into the rest of the world, and really get back to who you are and accepting your magic and letting the opinions of others crumble once and for all. Let's have one more message for you. Yes, sovereignty. My goodness, pile two. Could we have picked a better ending for you here, which is just the beginning? Sovereignty. This is about your sovereignty, reclaiming yourself on your own terms, not on the terms of your past, not on the terms or opinions of others. Really gathering yourself. And once you exclude, 5 is a very powerful number too, because we have 41, or we have 4 and 1. 5 is a very powerful number. It's a number of sovereignty. It's a number of grounding into your own energy. It's a number of uniqueness and originality, and being that sort of trailblazer. And those people do not care about the opinions of others, and neither will you. And if you think you do, it's just because you're holding on to a little bit of other people's opinions of you. They were only in a reflection of the limits that they held, or sometimes people could have been jealous. There's a myriad of different reasons why somebody could have given you their opinion that was incorrect of you, but it was a limited version of you. And you're not there to break down why they did it. You're just there to reclaim your power and to reclaim your sovereignty on your own terms, and just not care. I always think the right people will find you, and the people that don't like you, they were never going to like you. What are you supposed to do? Change so they can like you and be miserable for the rest of your life? No. Claim your sovereignty. Pile 2 for those 222 messengers, and know that whoever you are and whoever you decide to be from this moment on will be the purest form of who you are, and will do great things in the world. And that's ultimately why you're here. Not to take on other people's opinions or dumb yourself down in any way. It's to claim your light and just be there for other people. All right, pile 2, that is you, sovereignty, reclaiming, doing not even the work. You've done the work over the years, just this sort of silent but beautiful manifestation of shining your light the way that you want. And remember that story. It's enough to work on yourself at this time. So take the time to do it. It's your time to shine. Okay, pile 2, you take care. Sending love and light, and until we meet again, bye-bye. All right, pile 3, for those of you who chose the number 333 and the turquoise, this is definitely a message about getting back to your grounding, your lay of the land, understanding who you are. Also, for those of you who have wished recently or are putting out their intentions for exactly what you want, this is a sign that you will be getting exactly what you want. Now, you might be getting it a little bit differently than you thought you would, because it's not about controlling, it's just about aligning, and maybe what you get will look and feel different. But whatever it is that you've been working on, whatever it is that you've been manifesting, this is your sign, 333, that it is absolutely coming back to you. This is also a sign of ancestors here working with you. For those of you, excuse me, who have been working on their bloodline, whether you unknowingly or knowingly, if you work on yourself, you automatically work on your bloodline. There's been a lot of releasing with ancestral bonds, and your ancestors is stepping forward to thank you. There's a lot of grandmother energy. There's a lot of ancestor energy holding light and holding a candle, and thanks for you too. So for those of you, some of the messages too, could be from loved ones that have been passed over. I'm also seeing a lot of mother, guardian energy, father energy, grandfather energy, but definitely ancestor energy here. So, and they are helping you with your dreams. So what it is, for those of you who have dared to dream for what it is that they really want, this is a mark of the justice of that coming back to you. So your first card here that we're going to pull for you, this one's speaking to me. No, you know what? It's not. I'm thinking, let's see what we've got here. I like this one for you. This is who's working with you, Ascended Master. Oh my goodness, Archangel Michael, trusting heaven. You are safe. Angels, stand close. Surrender your concerns and allow the miracle to occur. So it's just a reminder. It's about alignment. When you have asked for something big and you're working on that energy to change your life, please trust that it will happen. I see so many people who do their manifestation and then they just sit there, and if it doesn't happen in a day, myself included at times, it's not happened. They haven't heard me. Oh my God, it won't happen. And then a little bit of doubt comes in, and then they start going off in different directions because they feel as though they have to take action. Now, action is very, very important, but aligned action is really important. You know, when you've asked for something and then you start doubting because you don't get it immediately, or you're really high in that energy of, yes, this is what I want. And then that energy isn't, as sustainable as you thought it could be after a week. And then you go off in a different direction and you're not putting aligned action back into the first thing that you've asked for. Then the universe gets, very diluted messages about what it is that you want. Really, remember, at the end of the day, the universe will give you exactly what you want and what you ask for if you do aligned action toward it. Now, that's why, what's the difference between asking for $1 and $1 million or $2 million? The universe sees no difference between $1 and $1 million, but they do see a difference in if you've asked for $1 million and then you're taking the actions, the aligned actions, the inspired actions to get there. And if you don't have the $1 million within a month, and then you're like, ugh, and then you take a part-time job and then you're miserable in that part-time job, and then you stop taking aligned action. You have to see it from the universe's point of view. You've chosen that part-time job. You may not want to be there, but you've chosen it. They're presuming that's what you want now. So take aligned action and then allow it to happen. Remember, we all have very, very limited, unexpansive sometimes ideas of what we can achieve. What we think we can achieve and what we can actually achieve are two different things. So if you're at an aligned 10, you can achieve 1 million. So put it out to Archangel Michael. This is what I want, and have an expansive view of that, and just allow it to go out there. The way in which I manifest is you can pull it back into yourself. What is the best for me on my path? What can I do for mankind? What is the best for mankind? Who should I become based on how I can change mankind, the best that I can be for everybody else? How can I be of service? And I promise you, that takes the pressure off, right? And also it gives you the aligned action, the baby steps to get there. And then let it go and trust that the universe has your back. You have Archangel Michael here. Honestly, you couldn't do any better. So let's get you... What does Archangel Michael want you to know at this time? For those of you who are taking aligned action, remember the 333. Let's come back to that with the ancestors. Let's come back to the 333. Most of you who have asked for something, or you have a deep want or a deep need for something, your 333 is letting you know that that is manifesting far more rapidly than you think. So this is really definitely... This reading can help you manifest quite rapidly what it is, and at least help you not get in your own way getting what you want. A lot of people don't realize when things don't manifest, it's for several different reasons. A, you can do better. That's not really what you wanted. And B, you're getting in your own way. If you stand out of the way and be really honest about what you want and put crystal clear intentions out there, I promise you, you'll get what you want, probably better than what you want. It's going to feel so much better when you get it. It's going to look amazing. So this is your aligned action here. Accepting help from another, delegating authority. And you've got a 2 and a 6 here. Now the horse. So what we have here, what they want you to know, what they absolutely want you to know is that you are a majestic creature, capable and powerful, and that you are not on your own. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to let help in. For those of you who have asked for help but are not letting the help in, please let the help in. They don't want you to take on the world. You're not here to take on everybody's problems. You're not here to solve everything for everybody else. You're here to align your energy, solve stuff for yourself, be your own sovereign being, and then you can help everybody else. Remember, you cannot pour from a cup that's just spilt everywhere, right? So for those of you who are struggling with energy, for those of you who really want those big dreams, wondering how they're going to get them, for those of you who have put out the energy of those big dreams and know that they're coming back, to stay the distance, to stay in alignment with what you want, please accept the help that is on offer to you. Remember, you're not here to do this alone. I know we're human beings, but we're stardust. We are aspects and connected to the universe. We are a part of the universe. Stop seeing yourself as one person trying to get it all done. You are connected to the entire universe. So all you need to do is tap into that energy, tap into that universe and stardust energy, and know that anything is possible. And anything is possible mainly because you have the help. Not only do you have the help, but you have the help of angels. You have the help of ascended masters. So of course it's going to happen. You know, there's absolutely no way. If you trust them, you trust yourself. So let's see what we've got here. What is your outcome? To asking for help, your resolution here. Let's get you some more answers. So the Knight of Pentacles, yes, and this is reversed. This one's calling to me too. So the Page of Pentacles, that's amazing. So it's a reminder that everything that you've studied, every experience that you've been through has brought you to this point, and you are enough. I think we had the mantra for pile 1 or 111. You are enough. So you have to keep, so this is your mantra again. I am enough, and believe that you are enough. Write it everywhere in your house, on the mirrors, wherever. You are enough. All of the experience that you've been through, be it negative or positive or in between. When it comes to experience, there is no negative. There is no positive. Everything you have the chance to move through and gain some authority through. Very often I've learned far more from like negative experiences, because those are the chances to grow, than I have from any experience that was absolutely wonderful, which I got to enjoy, but I didn't really grow through them, right? And sometimes I've got to enjoy these really amazing gifts that have come to me that I had to work very hard for, and gone through so many different changes that at the time felt very heavy. Now, I want to be clear, you're coming out of that energy now, but there's a part of you that doesn't believe that you're enough. Maybe you've not learned enough. You know, life is for continuing to learn. I don't think we ever know, and we don't know it all. And you're very inquisitive, and you're brilliant, and you're very creative. You're the type of person that's always going to be learning something else. But what it is that you know right now is enough. It's enough to stand in your leadership. It's enough to ground into who you are. Stop waiting to know more to get out there to do what you need to do. Sometimes you need to get out there and do what you need to do and learn as you go. For those of you who have a little bit of a perfectionist kind of mentality, you're being asked to let that go and at least relax it and really allow the help to come in. And really dissolve some of those walls that feel as though you need to be, you know, a little bit on guard, or, you know, you're the only sovereign being, you know, you have to do this alone. Remember, you really, really don't. And you have others around you that absolutely adore you. And this is on, you know, the actual plane that we're working on, the human plane. People look up to you in real life. Your ancestors absolutely adore you. A lot of the work that you've done, you're being asked to look back on that work and really acknowledge the work that you've done and how far that you've come. I'm seeing a long line of your ancestors standing there, and they're all clapping for you. It's really incredible. For those of you who just do not do yourself justice, my goodness, you know, when people give you a compliment, you'll say thank you, but like you're thinking of 3 things that, oh, really? Or you'll dumb down that that compliment in some way. Allow that confidence in by taking those compliments, taking that help, really seeing yourself for what you've been through. It's an incredible journey that you've been through. You've allowed so much to come into your world, and you've experienced so much, and you've taken so much from those experiences, that it's now time to really allow this new energy of what it is that you want to come in. I see a brand new beginning for you, or turquoise 333ers. That is not based on anything that you've ever had before. So really allow it. And the way that you're going to allow it is to absolutely let light in, let that help in, and let him take over. Just surrender. Let him do it. For those of you who are a little bit nervous about doing it because you've always had to, you've always had to step up and do things on your own, they do appreciate that you have this incredible streak of enthusiasm and what's that word that I'm looking for? Gumption, moving forward, and wanting to do things on your own, this real sort of like uniqueness, but they're asking you to sort of let them in to support you. There's so much support available for you, and sometimes you shut it out because you feel as though you need to be doing this on your own. What's your final message? Self-love, yes. So it all comes down to self-love. It all comes down to self-appreciation. It all comes down to really manifesting your heart space by really acknowledging what you've been through. Again, I am enough. You absolutely deserve support. You're not supposed to do this on your own. Nobody's asking you to do this on your own. For those of you who have asked for the life that you want, it's absolutely, this is your sign right here, right now, that it's coming to you. That's your 333. It's already on its way. Please let it in. I'm getting called to do one more for you here. Pleasure. Yes, please let it in with the joy, that inner child, just allowing yourself to take some time for yourself and take the world off your shoulders by letting the help come in and surrender to the process. They know your heart probably better than you do, Archangel Michael. He can come in there and cut the cords to the old ways of thinking that I'm not enough. It comes down to self-love. That is connected to appreciating everything that you've been through and understanding that you're significant all of your ancestors that have significant love for you, see you as majestic, are right there. Archangel Michael too. You have very, very powerful guides. Let them do their job. After all, that's why they're here. No more making it more difficult for yourself. Step into your power on your own terms by surrendering to the light that you've asked for the help that you've asked for. Okay, pile 3, that is very exciting for you. I'm really, really excited to see your new beginnings and what it is that you've asked for. Do let me know in the comments too what you've asked for and how it's manifesting in your life, and how you're doing self-care and self-love practices to bring that in to your being. Sending so much love and light to you until we meet again. Take care, pile 3. Bye-bye. Okay, lovely ones. For those of you who chose pile 4 or 444, the tiger's eye, lovely grounding first chakra, get in touch with who you are type of energy. 444, if you were attracted to it or you've been seeing this number around, it's a beautiful number for understanding that you are absolutely on the right path, which means trust your intuition. So for those of you who have been asking for a little revelation here and there, am I on the right path? This is letting you know that you are on the right path, and that the action that you're taking right now is absolutely in line with who you are. Please trust your intuition. All those little kind of ideas that are coming up, trust them explicitly. You can always tell your intuition is telling you what you need to know, because there's a sense of peace that comes along with it. And you have beautiful intuition. It is flawless. So you're really being asked to reach right into your intuition. And this is just, it's an intuitive path here. You're being asked to sort of surrender into your own trust of nature here. But yes, this is definitely a signifier beyond a shadow of a doubt that you're on the right path. And that always means that you are supported in the highest light if you're on the right path, because that's what you're here to do. So let's find out which ascended master has a specific message for you, who is working for you or with you in this reading. Freya, one of my favorites. Phases and cycles. There is a beginning with every ending. Illusions are being revealed and released. So for those of you who have asked for their next move, what it is they are supposed to do, Freya is coming in. Also, there's a lot of magic in the moonlight, phases of the moon. Also, for those of you who work with magic or magical intentions, or for those of you who just understand the power of the moon, crow energy coming in for you, absolute magic, a sovereignty, coming back to your own sense of magic, using herbs. Just a simple white candle with intention can really bring about some manifestations in your life right now. Work with your own magic the way that you want to work with it. This is all about claiming your light in your own way. Those of you, again, I'm getting very, very specific, creative, start that book. For those of you who have been thinking about writing a book, a how-to book, or the experience of certain things, but wondering whether your knowledge is enough, your unique spin on things are absolutely what the world needs. And for those of you who have come through a time of confusion, again, you're coming out of one cycle to come into a brand new cycle. But the new cycle that's coming in, Freya, is definitely letting you know is a brighter future for something that you've absolutely wanted, on your way to the life that you've wanted. You know, there are certain times in history, there's timelines. A lot of it's, you know, has been an essence of timing. The life that you wanted may not have been able to manifest before what it is that we're going through now, because certain aspects of the world needed to crumble in order to make way for new light, sort of pyramid light, a new way of being in the world. And you are centered around this new energy that's coming in. But now everything's crumbling. This is your time to come in and really shine within your own magic and be appreciated for truly who you are. So this is definitely a time for when you look back on your life, you can see the illusions of a lot of things, illusions of labels and what we've told ourselves, coming out of this understanding of the victim mentality. This happened happened to me. No, looking back on something going, this did happen. It absolutely did. But I can take the power back by saying there was something for me to learn from this. And there was an aspect of my energy that wanted to learn this lesson. That does not mean that you deserved everything that you went through. Let's be very clear. And that does not mean that you accept everything that happened to you. Let's be clear about that. We're not letting anybody or any situation off the hook, but it's about reclaiming your power on your own terms, reclaiming it by saying, this is what I got from this situation. I can take that experience, I can grow from it, and I can make sure that I never attract that kind of energy or that darkness again. And that's what you are guaranteed coming out of this cycle, going into a brand new cycle. A lot of you have been activated. I think I mentioned this in one of maybe the 222 or 333. I will be doing a star seeds and or light workers a specific energy reading later on this week or early next week. For tune in for that. But a lot of you are star seeds and a lot of you have been activated recently. So you should be on this track for understanding who you are in a brand new way and being able to see through the illusions of what it is that's been going on, what it is that you've been told. Not only that, but being able to see the illusion and how it's played out in your life. It's almost like you're looking back and seeing your life as a movie. Oh, God, shit, I did that. Oh, my goodness, that happened. And that's a good way to see it because you're really coming out of the alignment with what it is that happened, but at the same time you're able to sort of give yourself the space to accept what happened, draw in the experience from all of what it is that you went through, but at the same time not allowing yourself to get too sort of claiming into the labels or the understanding of, the circumstances of what happened. He said, she said, the drama of it. You're seeing beyond the drama. Some of it you caused, some of it you allowed happen. We've all claimed the victim mentality one way or another. This is happening to us. Woe is me. Real talk here. Pile 444. But again, you're out of that now. You're on the other side of it and understanding that for what it is. And this is, let's see, what do they want you to know? Yes, hawk, omens and messages. Now the hawk also can rise above and see from the sky down below of what's happened. So that just really resonates with what we've just said, being able to look back on your life and see which part of it was an illusion, but at the same time you lived through it. What seeds can you take out of that and sow differently into your new beginning here? Omens and messages. The activations are bringing in so many new messages, so much more clarity into your life and who you are and what it is that you are about to achieve. Now, for those of you who chose the 444 and thought that they were going to have a very specific kind of life, and now that everything's crumbling and you've been activated, you realize that you're actually going for something completely new. This is exciting. Everything, for some of you, again, these are general readings. We try to get you all the messages that we can, but for those of you who are rethinking everything that they thought that they wanted, and maybe feeling a little overwhelmed by it, or for those of you who are relaxing into the energy of a brand new beginning, but a different beginning that they thought they wanted, this is wonderful too. So this is a time to claim something sort of brand new, go off in an expansive new direction. I want to be clear though, everything that you've done and every experience or every want that you've ever had, every alignment that you've achieved in this lifetime did actually lead you up to this moment. So even though you're like, oh my goodness, I thought I wanted this, now I'm going in this direction instead, everything that I've done, was it a waste of time? Absolutely not. Everything that you've learned, every experience brought you to your heart center, brought you to the magic of the crow, brought you back to you. For those of you who are venturing back into ancient or old magic, again, into utilizing the beauty of the universe and herbs and going back to sort of the old ways, I keep hearing, maybe using them in a unique way or using them in a brand new way, and showing this new light to the world. Again, for those of you who are creative and thinking about that book or signing up or making that new course, this is absolutely your right time. This is your 444. This is the grounding time, first chakra time, for you to put that out there. There is no other time. This is definitely a message to let you know that this is, you've gotten far enough, you know enough and have enough experience to be able to guide and help and support others. So absolutely, for those of you who are thinking, this seems like a crazy time to be starting something new. No, this is a great time to implement, because the world is shifting and they need your new sort of unique spin on things. And the way in which you will be reaching out to people now will absolutely be long lasting, because that's how we'll be working in the future anyway. So for those of you who are like, I can't do a course out, I can't rent a building, it doesn't matter. Online is fine. You can start there. You can absolutely start that online business that you've been thinking. Absolutely start that YouTube channel that you've been thinking. That will be your base, significant base, and will absolutely be a success. And from then, when we're out of lockdown, some of us are, some of us aren't, you can integrate on your own terms outside of that main hub that you're creating online. So for those of you who are getting the message, the activated message, move forward. This is your time to be out there in the world. Absolutely go for it. So this is your outcome. Let's see what we have here. This one's calling to me. Yes. Oh, come on. 10 of Pentacles. Absolutely. Could we not have gotten a better reading here? 10 of Pentacles. Get out there. Do it. Absolutely have a business plan. Absolutely get out there. You're the type of person who's really pragmatic and has everything together too. But allow for a little bit of that magic. Just get out there and do it. The baby steps come. You don't have to have everything down on paper before you move forward. Sometimes it's just 2 feet in and let's see where we go. And then you figure it out as you come along. Whereas before, I think the energy of the world before it sort of crumbled, the old world, you probably needed to have a little bit more kind of backing and this, that, and the other. But in the new world, it's about intuition and moving forward. You have so much magic. Freya too. Again, the sort of the old world coming back in new ways, the magic of the crow, the magic of your specific magic. Also, I'm getting bringing the light and the darkness back together, really understanding not just beyond the shadow self, but working with darkness, bringing back that balance, showing people how to not be afraid of the darkness, not be afraid of the dark. This is very much something that you are going to help people gain perspective. This is something that you're going to be able to do through words, through, again, online, through art, through creative means. There's no way that it won't take off, and quicker than you thought it would. Allow the energy around it to grow. Don't feel as though you have to have every piece of the puzzle sorted before you move forward. There's going to be like a spark, an essence, and once you move forward, that'll be great. We also have the connectiveness. I know you're at the 444, but we've also got the 11, the 11 too. So this is destiny calling. This is the right time for you to do this. I am so excited. You may have outside help. You might have people or a collective or group. I do feel as though you'll start this necessarily on your own, but there's other people that you can work with, or it's just a message that the light bearers who are also here for the same reason, just putting out your light, doing what you are doing, are absolutely going to bring them in too. So you're going to get so much more out of this. Not only will you be helping people, but you will be bringing in the light and bringing in that community that for most of you have been lacking. You've had aspects of community here and there, but like a significant community that's constantly there, that's building with you and growing with you as you grow. You've been craving that, and that's your soul family that's come in to help you to elevate, and you'll do the same thing. Your soul family is coming to you, and it will be as you move and take those steps to do what you were always meant to do. Now, we have one last message for you for 444s. And I love the tiger's eye here. It's, in some ways we're talking about, taking out your uniqueness, going with it, going with the flow, go out there. But at the same time, we have the groundedness here of the tiger's eye. It's practical. It's a very practical stone for me. It's like, it's working with the earth. It's tangible results. So your last message here. Action. There you go. My goodness. Hello. You got the 10 of Pentacles. Everything you do, let's do it. Activate. You've been activated. Do it. Action. 15. Action. 6. Coming in from 5, moving out of 6. So this is the time. It's literally your message is do it yesterday. Absolutely your time. And remember, you know, for those of you who are, you know, you don't need to be perfect. Just go out there and be yourself. Whatever experience and whatever you've decided is absolutely enough to get out there. And even if it's a small, like starting up a YouTube channel or getting that first chapter done, the baby steps will come. It'll move on to something else. But this is also something that you'll be able to present to a public sooner than you think. And it's going to take off in ways that you could not even imagine. So give it some space, get out there and just go be you. Take the experience of that light and dark and the way in which you balance and your voice and your energy and just be who you were always supposed to be. This is a truly exciting time, 444, for those of you who picked 444. Do let me know in the comments what you were planning to get out there and do. I'd love to hear from you. Maybe start up, you know, just be part of that community and know that you've got that support. I'd love to hear from you. Very excited for you, 444. Sending so much love and light to you. And until we meet again, you take care. Bye-bye. Okay, 555ers. For those of you, last but not least, who chose 555, this is your indication that big changes are on their way. Those of you who have been attracted to 555, the clear quartz, just really signifying that anything is possible. You have a unique sense of self and you are supposed to reflect that unique sense of self to the world. So it's a sign that huge changes are on their way. They're always good changes. It means that something that you've asked for is coming to fruition, but it's going to be bigger than you thought it was going to be. It's going to come in very practical, grounded, but also sort of spiritual ways, if that makes any sense. The balance of sort of the integrity of moving forward, but being able to see a lot of what it is, the energy that you put into the world, a lot of it coming back to you in beautiful ways. So for those of you who have really spent a lot of time working on themselves and getting through some stuff and really having these dreams and sort of like 5 steps forwards, 3 steps backwards, etc., moving forward, but a little bit slower, maybe not the results that you thought. This is your indication. This is your reading that lets you say that is all over. You are absolutely ready to move forward in a brand new way. This is all coming back to you, reflected infinite times. So it's a really strong number. And it's going to meet with your desires in ways that you could not even fathom, which is absolutely brilliant. So you're out of here. This is what you've asked for. This is what you're going to receive. And it's going to be absolutely wonderful. Sweep you off your feet, but not in an ungrounded way. And also with the clear quartz, that's just, again, a signifier of the reflection of the energy that you've been putting out there. I feel as though for some of you, there's been this, oh, whoa, kind of, it's been very difficult for you because you're such a beautiful, sensitive soul. There's a purity to you that's absolutely gorgeous. People have taken advantage of it significantly throughout your life. And you've not always been recognized because you're such a soft soul. People who were, how do I say it? I don't like to be judgmental, but people maybe, let's just be tangible and realistic about it. People who just did not have their crap together, who had not done the work that you had done. And let's put it out there, were not as good as you, really took advantage of you and made you feel better because they were attracted to your purity and they saw it, but they really were kind of afraid of it. So you've had these moments in your life where you've done a significant amount of work, but you never really saw the light at the end of the tunnel or saw that work you know, mirrored in your immediate circumstances all the time. You'd get a glimmer of hope and then it was kind of shut down and, you know, and you weren't rewarded the way that you should have been. And you know, we don't want to say that that's because they were waiting for this big thing. There was timings, there was timelines, there was mentalities that you needed to come out of too. You really had to realize at your core base and in your heart of hearts how brilliant you were and how unique and beautiful, and really come to the understanding of how absolutely gorgeous you are, and really come into that notion of self-respect. And that's something that you needed to do to get up on that platform, to be able to see the world a little bit differently. And then there were timelines, there were timings. It wasn't quite the right time for you to come right into what you were going to do. So it could have been kind of a frustrating kind of a frustrating kind of a couple of years for you, not really moving in the way that you wanted to. But that's all over now. You're 555. everything that you've been through, all the work that you've done is coming back to you and reflecting in a really, really gorgeous way. This isn't just new beginnings for you in the way that the other readings were. This is a new life. So let's see who's working with you. Master Buddha, increased awareness, deep connection, trust that inner voice. Yeah, in order for you to move forward, you really had to go within and really understand the beauty that was you. I'm really feeling for, again, these are general messages, but I'm really feeling for those of you who are attracted to the 555, who have been seeing the 555 and the clear quartz. You've really had a hard time of it. People have used you as a scapegoat. They've used your uniqueness against you a lot of that time. So you've dumbed yourself down a lot, and you're not doing that anymore. Now, there's a lot of strength that you have and you've had, and you've expressed it in certain ways. You can be quite tough and hard on yourself, and that's leaked out on other people too. You've also shut down certain situations and certain people. You've cut people and certain things out of your life, and you've convinced yourself that that's what you've needed to do. And sometimes yes, and sometimes no. But it's also come down to the fact that you wanted to do this on your own. Now, there's an aspect of you that's absolutely and completely ultra independent, and that's something that will never change with you. But sometimes that independence leads you to think that you need to do absolutely everything on your own, and you cut out a certain portion of your life. You cut out some of that help. And also there's been a judgment. You've been very judgmental with yourself, 555s, you know, and even if some of that judgment really came from a reflection of other people, you've never given, the other side of that is you've never, ever, ever given yourself the glory of what it is and who it is that you are. You've never really seen yourself in this sort of beautiful light and really seen yourself as the unique being of who you are. Now that's all changing because you're really understanding that what you give to the world is extremely unique. But what you bring to the world is a very sort of specific message of doing things very differently. You work from the heart space, but you also treat people as they want to be treated. So you're in a reflection in itself. So let me break that down. Your uniqueness to this world is showing people the truth, but showing the people the truth through their ways of how they treat themselves and other people, if that makes sense. You have this sort of a reflection energy about you. You very quickly have this energy that when people are around you, they really understand what's going on in their life very quickly. So you can help people extremely quickly in their world, in their life, understand what it is that they need to change. And ironically, this is something that took you a while to figure out. That, you know, your lessons were learned very slowly because you had so many lifetimes to heal from. You're such an old soul. You came in with so much that it was so overwhelming that it always felt like you were moving like molasses. But all that just shifted with this new activation. Your timeline just shifted. It's going to be instantaneous, pretty much. So the joy that's coming in that really just didn't really click into your life. It always felt that everything was so much harder than it needed to be. And if there was a moment of joy, it felt as though there were sort of gates around it. There was only a certain amount that you could allow in, always waiting for sort of the shoe to drop. That's all shifting and changing. And your 555 is you have activated and clicked onto your path that you were supposed to do and you were always supposed to be on. Now, before, what you were doing is that you were clicking on your old aspect of self. You were what you were doing is you were working within the old time frame of releasing. Now that you've released, you have a brand new beginning that comes in that you can take all of that action, and your brand new beginning is really brand new because you've integrated all of what you've done before, and that's been integrated to the degree that it's gone back to naught. It's gone back to nothing, if that makes any sense. So what you've done is that a lot of people take what they've done before and they use that as experience. You've taken that and you've released it all so you can be brand new. So your sense of self is brand new. Your name doesn't mean much to you anymore. In fact, you keep changing your name because you're trying on different new identities. You no longer need the old identity. There's an aspect with the old, a connection with ancestors too, a connection with the land that's brand new. There's stories that's coming out of you now for those of you who are storytellers. Many different ways to put that storytelling. You can put it on canvas, you can put it down, you can oral, talking to people, storytelling. And you know, there's so many different ways to get it out there, but the storyteller in you is realizing all of your stories actually came to this sort of tree of life. And it brings you to the sense of joy and this new sense of self that no longer really relies on the old way of shedding. Yeah, the way in which you take in information is brand new. So let's do this. So that's what they want you to know. To come back and to be in that, really enjoy this new joyful way of being that's no longer concerned with moving forward, and it's clicking into your sense of self. And again, everything's been integrated. So it's like, what do I learn from this? What do I learn from that? That's the old mentality. And there's nothing wrong with that mentality. It's just that you're not working within that anymore. Sometimes you've gone into situations to gain experience from it. You will no longer be going into experiences for the sake of gaining the experience. The way in which that you will see and integrate in your life and other people will be brand new. Again, this is like the reflection and the mirror of your storytelling and bringing it out into the world. So what is your resolution here? What is your outcome? So you've got the Nine of Pentacles here. Let's see. I'm feeling this one. And the Star. So what it is that you're doing is to turn this the right side up. The dream of what you had before can shift and change. And for those of you who are wondering, this is brand new beginning. Like, this is actually like feeling as though you don't have anything underneath your feet. You're grounding in a completely different way. You're moving in a completely different way. We have the 9 here and the Star too, the 9 of Pentacles. The way in which you've approached your life before will no longer work. So your outcome is to shift the way in which you move in the world to align with what it is that you know, and this new activation of self, which is really truly wonderful and beautiful. So go with your heart. For those of you who are a little bit worried about like how you will make your money or what it is that you're going to do, for those of you who are, you know, quite understandably stressed, you know, the way in which you were working in the world, I earned this much, I did this, all of that has shifted. And to try and go back to that right now is going to cause you a little bit more stress and cause you to work within the extremes. You see, you've activated into this light sense of self. To try and fit yourself back into that box is going to be such an extreme. It's going to take you back into something that's going to be very unnerving for you. It's going to take you out of the moment. It's going to take you out of the joy, and it's going to cause you a little bit of that anxiety that you used to have before to come back, when you don't need that anxiety anymore. So to really you're not reclaiming, to claim a brand new way in the world, to release and allow yourself to move and maneuver in the world in a brand new way, and to trust that everything that you've done has brought you to this point. Your 555 is letting you know that everything is manifesting. So for those of you, it's manifesting greatly, but it's not manifesting in the way that you used to work. Again, no more experience is needed. What it is that you need to survive and to thrive is coming to you in ways that are very unexpected. So just be open to them, and try to resist to go backwards into the old way of thinking and doing. It's not going to serve you anymore. It's going to, you'll feel the difference. The joy will shift. You'll feel very enclosed, almost sort of panicky, like you can't breathe because you're boxing yourself in. Once you start getting out there, just go outside, drink, you know, a nice glass of water, look up at the moon, look up at the sun, and get back into that expansiveness, and then ask for help to really to let go of that control, go into that alignment, and really accept this help that's coming to you, that's having you move in the world in a brand new way. Now, I can't really talk to you about practical ways to move forward, because this is moving from the heart center. It's really not a practical way to move forward. On paper, it doesn't make any sense. You're asking to sort of release and surrender, and then your baby steps, your steps to come in, whatever it is that's supposed to come and help you will come in from seemingly the outside, but it's actually coming from your sense of manifestation, your heartfelt center, and give you a direction, and you'll move in that direction. You'll be moving from your heartfelt centered intuitive side, and it's going to take you to tangible results very quickly. For those of you who are very practical minded, you know, yeah, but I need to pay my bills, which is totally fine. Again, that's not even, that's bare minimum. But for those of you who are coming out of the surviving mechanisms and going into the thriving, you know, whatever's coming for you, and, you know, it might sound ominous, but it's actually beautiful. Whatever's coming to you, let's say, will pay off quite quickly. If you allow it to come into your life and integrate into your life, it will give you whatever it is that you need to do. So for those of you who are worried about the bare minimum, which is totally understandable, again, the surviving, I need X amount, I need this to get food, I need that. It's all coming to you. So you'll be able to get that and then move into a sense of thriving. So your message is to really get out there at creation. Yeah, absolutely. To allow yourself to create in this brand new 39-2 for those of you moving on. We're not 40 yet. We're not moving into the sense of 40, which is, you know, a platform. You know, for those of you who feel as though you're still at the end of something, but you're unnerved, you know, how do I move into this new way of being? Well, you move into this new way of being by doing the opposite of what you did before. Your sense of creation, again, here, you have everything you do. The Akashic records, this was written for you. You're going to be a trailblazer. The 555 is a trailblazer. You're not going to do things the way that everybody else is doing things. In many ways, an aspect of your life, you've never really done anything the way that everybody else has done things. And at the same time, you've conformed in a way because you felt like you had to. That was an aspect of your life that you're also moving out of. And that sense of conformity has made you miserable. So you are moving into the sense of joy, doing things finally on your own terms. Will it make sense to a lot of people? Probably not still, but you're also around a family of light. You're also around a new creation in this world. So however you move in this world makes a lot more sense than it did before. And you also have this amazing peace and awareness. Stay with that peace and knowledge and knowing that where you're going will absolutely pay off quicker than you thought if you stay the distance and trust yourself. The new way of creating, again, it will not be for everybody, but you're not here for everybody. You're here for you, and the right people will find you, and it will absolutely give you what it is that you're looking for. A way to sustain that joy instead of having small blasts of joy and then wondering, you know, excuse me, when that joy will be taken away. This new sense of joy will be integrated and will stay firm in your life once you really allow yourself to create and enfold and open up and evoke the way you were supposed to, and work in the world very much in this light, beautiful, sort of fairy-like elemental way. That's seeming like, oh, I thought of this and it came into my life the next day. You can test the universe by doing that too. You can test the universe. I did it very recently. Asking for something very significant, allow it to come into your life the next day. A friend of mine randomly showed up at the door. It was social distancing, so don't worry. And then created this space for me for whatever it is that I asked for, and it was very random. This person did not know, and that's the magical alignment energy of joy and everything that you will be working with, the reflective gorgeousness of who you are. Remember, the 555 cannot go wrong if you step into your uniqueness and allow your sense of creation, the way that you do it, your innovativeness, is that how you say the word, will come through if you allow it to shine through and be you. Do let me know in the comments what beautiful way and descriptive, gorgeous way, original way you are thinking and wanting to and moving in the world, and what creative projects you have on the horizon, because I know they're going to be amazing for those of you who chose 555. Thank you for letting me read for you today. It was a true honor. I am sending so much love and light to you 555s. I know you have so much to give the world. I'm so excited to hearing from you. You take care, and until we meet again, bye-bye.